The Chicago Bulls Philadelphia 76ers matchup should be really interesting to me. Started with a couple of keys. Keys for the Chicago Bulls, and this is going to be Derrick Rose. How's he feeling? His health, um, coming off the ankle, the back, just the different injuries, and how is the flow of the offense going to change? We know we're definitely not going to see the same Derrick Rose from last year, but as you saw when he came back for a couple of games, the flow of the offense changed, and the team just looked lost out there for a little while, and then they finally got it back. So hopefully he's back to they think he's back to the somewhat of a form that he was last year, and that offense is gonna click together, and the chemistry is gonna gel. Another key for the Bulls is going to be the secondary scoring. That's always been a problem with the Bulls. You know what you're going to get from Derrick Rose, but now when Derrick Rose is out, guys like Luol Deng stepped up, Carlos Boozer stepped up. The big guy I'm looking for to step up in this series is definitely going to be Rip Hamilton, a guy that I think can put the Chicago Bulls over the top and potentially become world champions. But that's really going to be a key for them. And the bigs, they definitely have a size advantage as the last key for the Bulls. You look at Boozer, you look at Ashik, you look at Noah, you look at Taj Gibson. They rotate those four guys all the time, and Philly does have a lack of size down low, especially at the front line at the four and the five position. So I want to see how they exploit that there. Moving on to keys for Philly, that bench is going to have to be explosive. Lou Williams and Thaddeus Young, they're going to have to be explosive. They're going to have one of those nights where they're just hitting everything, and they're definitely going to be key if the Philadelphia 76ers have any shot in this game. And they got to rebound. They got to find a way to get boards. You already know Chicago Bulls lead the league in rebounding, one of the best rebounding teams in the league. So they got to find a way to just to grab boards. Like I said, they're gonna have to scrap a little bit extra. And I think the last final key is just trying to contain Derrick Rose, make him take those little crazy and one shots. Maybe you might see a lot of Andre Iguodala on Rose if he starts getting off on if he starts just taking Drew Holiday to school. But I think Drew Holiday will hold his own, especially offensively and defensively. I think this is where we see Drew Holiday exploit I mean explode in this playoffs, and maybe he's a guy he could take that next step in the playoffs. Was quite well in last year against Miami Heat, but I think this is a big series for him. The matchup to look out for in this game is going to be the coaches. You have two phenomenal coaches. One in Tom Thibodeau, who I think is going to be the two-time coach of the year, and Doug Collins. This game is good. This series is going to be a chess match for both of them. I really like this. I really like this matchup a lot. Like I said, it's going to be a chess match, and I think whichever coach you want to say out coaches the other, but I think it's going to come down to I think Doug Collins can steal maybe a game or two with his coaching, but like I said, that's going to be a major X factor, and the match to really watch for is the coaching in this series. A couple of players that I think you need to look out for both teams. Like I said before, Rip Hamilton. Kyle Korver is a guy that is going to be intriguing. He's going to be able to knock down that three-point shot, one of the best three-point shooters we have in the league. Is he going to be able to knock down that three-point shot? Another guy for the Bulls to watch out for is going to be Joe Kimnola. Like I said, Philadelphia doesn't really have the great size. They got Spencer Hawes. They got the kid from USC. But other than that, they don't have great size. And I think Noah is one of the most underrated big men in the league. Can pass the basketball out of the low post. Very nice pass with good hands to score inside and the rebound. The guy who just works constantly every play. Going on to the 76ers, I think a couple players to watch out for them. I think it's going to be Andre Iguodala. He's a guy that I always thought that could be a very good player in this league, which he is right now. But I always thought he could take that next step and become a great player, maybe even a star. And he's going to have to explode. I believe right now he just reminds me of a better version offensively. I think of Trevor Ariza, but like I said, he could lock you down defensively. But I think he's going to have to score, and he's going to have to take over again. He's going to have to dominate. He's going to have to show that I want the ball mentality. And another guy to watch out for, I think, in this game, who can really help out a lot, is going to be Elton Brand. His experience, he's probably not going to clock a lot of minutes, but his experience, being able to knock down that mid-range shot, is going to being able to scrap down low with those guys like Boozer, like Noah, maybe blocking a couple of shots. But I think that his ability, just having that experience, being around the league so long, maybe he's that veteran guy that helps push that team and makes it a series. But I'm taking the Bulls in 5 games. I think they wrapped up 5. I think Philly steals a game, maybe one on the road, but I think they'll take at least one game at home more than likely. But if they could steal a game on the road, they can get it. They can get another game, I think, and force it to 6. But I got Chicago in 5. Let me know what you guys think. Who you think are going to be key players in this game? X factors, and what other keys for each other team, and who you got winning? How many games is it going to go? And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.